Welcome back to my walkthrough for Final Fantasy IX, my friends. We are standing in Cleyra, and unfortunately the sandstorm that protected Cleyra suddenly stopped. Guess who's behind it, right? I mean, we all know who it is at this point, but we need to investigate. But before we do so, I'm going to pick up an emerald from the High Priest. And there's also a couple of items for us to pick up in this room. So there we go, we got the emerald. And now we're going to reunite with Zidane, Vivi and Queen. And we're going to go ahead and investigate what's going on near the root of the tree. I tell you, this part of the game always makes me sad. It's a very exciting segment, but it makes me depressed. I didn't know that Queen liked sand, but I guess that's one of Queen's things. I would imagine that Queen's mouth would get very dry, but nonetheless we're just going to do a few changes here. Let's give Freya the gold helm, and that way we can give her the partisan as well. And let's give her the mithril armor and the thunder gloves, because that will reduce thunder magic damage, so that will come in handy. Everyone else is fine at this point. Make sure that both Zidane and Freya have the Man-Eater ability equipped. That will make the upcoming fights a little bit more easy. And as you can see, we're going to battle Alexandrian soldiers. All of the Alexandrian soldiers are female, and their armor is something else, as you can see. I really don't know how much that armor can protect them, since they pretty much have their butts exposed and their legs, but that just tells you something about the developers of the game. It's funny how female armor works in most RPGs in comparison to male armor. That's something for you to think about. Nonetheless, we have to battle a few of them, and if you deliver a certain amount of damage, they escape from battle automatically and you won't gain any experience points. We're going to make them pay for attacking Cleyra though, so let's see if I can prevent these two from escaping. With the Man-Eater ability equipped, you'll deal more damage to them. There we go. This entire segment is going to involve a lot of fighting, and I'm not going to skip any battles here because they're part of the storyline. So I'll include them all. But we are going to have a lot of battles, one after the other. As you can see, they're not very tough at all. But sometimes they drop the mithril sword card, and that's a fairly decent card to have. See, There we go, we got the Mithril Sword card. So yeah, we're going to go with the first option so that we can return to Cleyra. Things are about to get a lot worse. I wish we could do more than what we're about to do. And of course, here she is. This was all Beatrix. She planned for this. And as a result, we've left Cleyra defenseless against the Black Mages. Get ready to witness a lot of characters dying here. I know they're just side characters, but I still feel terrible. And depending on your actions, you can either save everyone, for a little bit at least, or everyone will die. So during this segment we'll have to tell the Cleyrans and a few other characters where they need to head off to, and depending on where we tell them to go, they will either survive or die. So no pressure, right? These black mages like to use Absorb and Osmose. I believe they can use Osmose as well. So they'll either drain your health or MP, and they can also use Blizzara, Tandara and Fyra. You can save your game here if you want. And he has a letter, so let's get it. Steel Skin, if I were you, I would jump down through this hole. You can make it out of the tree if you do that. No, your time has come, you cowardly Alexandrians. Okay, one of them escaped, but that's okay. It will probably be killed off by the monsters in the tree. At least that's what I like to think happens to these soldiers. The black mages, I feel terrible for them because they're being controlled, but the soldiers, yes, they're just following orders as well, but they're killing off innocent civilians, and I can't tolerate that. Which is why I can't forgive Beatrix either. I know a lot of people like her, but I just can't accept this. It's going to be one fight after the other. We're not going to catch a break here. Okay guys, pay a lot of attention here because, like I said, depending on the side that you take, they will either die or they will survive. So tell them to head right, otherwise they'll die. It's that simple, really. We're going to have to protect a lot of people here. Oh boy, I have some bad news. I just saw your husband get absolutely destroyed by a black mage. I didn't want to have Vivi finish off the Black Mage, but I have no choice here. Oh, actually the Black Mage survived. I'm wondering if Vivi's magic is weaker here or something, because I don't know, I can imagine Vivi holding back against the Black Mages. Okay, tell them to cross the bridge to the right so that they stay alive. I'm just going to attack them and finish them off. They might escape though if this Blizzard doesn't finish them off. Oh, one of them survived. Coward! So they're okay killing innocent civilians, but when it comes to battling Zidane's party, they flee. And tell them that they're not safe yet. I feel so bad for this family, I really do. They already lost their father and it's only going to get worse. Hurry up, people. Well, I can't tell them about their dead because that would just be terrible. You know, Final Fantasy IX, you'd think it's a light-toned Final Fantasy, but it's actually not, because we're essentially dealing with a genocide of the Cleyrans and the Burmecians here. Very few of them survive. And you actually witness some of them dying, which, you know, is rather tragic. There's Sir Fratley giving us a hand. Man, poor Freya, she probably... whatever was left of her heart is completely broken at this point. You see, Fratley has suffered some sort of memory loss, even though they never really explain how that happened. I'm still very much curious to find out why Fratli lost his memory. They never really explain it. Just as he appeared, he leaves once again, and if memory serves me right, we don't see him again until the end of the game. So I don't know where he headed off to, but we won't see him for quite a while. Because we're nowhere near close the end of the game, so... Yeah, that's the spirit. And of course she appears. You know, it's a shame that Fratli left when he did. This was a missed opportunity. I think they could have had Fratli battle Beatrix. That would have been a cool fight to see. Before you storm after her, all the people that you saved will give you items. So go around the room collecting everything. Let's put Queen in the back row. You can have Thunder Glove equipped and also the Coral Rings equipped. That will nullify Beatrix's Thunder Slash attack. And once again, this fight we can't win. It will end automatically after a while. The only item that she has that's any good is the Ice Brand, so you can attempt to steal it, but you might not be able to do it. And I feel terrible because, as far as I remember, none of the characters that we saved beforehand survived the destruction of Cleyra. So all the people in this room, including the king and so on, they will all die. So say your goodbyes now. I hate that we can't do anything else for them. I'm sorry, guys. And unfortunately we can never bring Beatrix to justice because she turns into a goody two-shoes all of a sudden, which to me is absurd, but nonetheless, let's fight her. Yeah, that fight in Burmecia was a joke, you know. We've defeated Grand Dragons at this point in the game, you know, and we're supposed to believe that Beatrix alone can take us down when she doesn't even have any impressive stats or anything. It's just annoying that once again a plot device prevents us from beating her down. Let's cast Mighty Guard. Let's see if I can steal anything, even though I'm not too concerned. And look at that, I got the Ice Brand on my first try. That's insane. This must be my lucky day. Because the Ice Brand should be the hardest item to steal from her. I couldn't do it in my original walkthrough. But like I said, they probably made stealing easier on this Steam version, because getting the Ice Brand on my first attempt, that was extremely lucky. You can also cast Freya's Ray Wind, or Ray's Wind, and Queena's Magic Hammer can take away Beatrix's MP, even though when she's about to run out of MP she will use her ultimate attack, which will automatically end the fight, unfortunately. Since I got the Ice Brand, I don't need to steal anything else. She has a pair of Thunder Gloves, but that's really nothing special at this point, so don't bother stealing that. So just finish the fight, beat her up for as long as you can, and avenge all the Cleyrans and Burmecians that she killed. I really wish we could win this fight somehow. I don't understand why she always needs to win. I know that she's very popular in the Final Fantasy IX community, because I'm pretty sure that my comments towards her when we battled her in Burmecia made some people upset, but like I said, we should be able to beat her at least once. And just like that, unfortunately, the fight is over. She's really not that powerful, honestly. I mean, after fighting Grand Dragons as early on as possible in the game, Beatrix really isn't anything special. You better leave as well, Vivi. Or Queen was left behind. Oh, Queen, you could at least turn around and take all those innocent civilians in the other room with you. I still want to believe that Queen took them. there you have it, guys. Cleyra was destroyed. And after this, I really can't forgive the queen. Man, Freya is having a terrible day. I know we were just in Cleyra for a little while, but... And the cutscene of Odin destroying Cleyra is pretty impressive, but it's rather tragic. Because you think about all the innocent people that died, and... I don't know. To me, I just can't forgive the Queen or Beatrix at all. And tell Her Majesty that she really should start producing some different type of armor for her female soldiers. Notice that Beatrix isn't sad at all that she just helped destroy an entire community and that thanks to her a bunch of innocent people died. She's feeling bad about herself because she thinks that she could have taken Cleyra all on her own, and yeah, that's just one of those things that I really don't understand. How Beatrix later on becomes an ally and no one questions the things that she's done. People blame the Queen, and the Queen is going to pay for what she did, but Beatrix, nothing happens to her at all. And even if you're a big fan of her as a character or whatever, it just doesn't make sense to me how Zidane and Freya and so on would be able to coexist with Beatrix. Even Vivi, really. They must all have very big forgiving hearts, because if it was up to me, everyone that was involved in the destruction of Cleyra, aside from the Black Mages of course, because they had no free will, everyone would be arrested and they would stay in jail for good. Anyway, I'm sorry for the little rant, I always feel super bummed whenever Cleyra is destroyed. So this is when Beatrix starts seeing some light, I guess, but that really doesn't excuse all of her past crimes. So we are going to follow Vivi, but before we do so, we can turn back here and deliver a letter. Make sure you don't miss it. I think that Mopley made it out okay with Steelskin by his side. Because I think we encounter Mopley later on. One thing's for sure, the King of Burmecia and the High Priest are dead. But that's it for this segment, my friends. As always, thank you so much for watching. On the next segment we'll try and avenge a few of the Cleyrans and take out as many Alexandrian soldiers as possible. I'll see you all later for the next part. Take care.